Hi, and welcome back to Terry's shop. Today's project is going to be putting a new pair of knobs on this old this old set of manifold gauges for refrigeration. As you can see, one is completely missing, the other is mostly missing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make some new ones out of aluminum and try and put them on, probably with a set screw, so that we can tighten them down without having to do a press fit, because I don't think I can safely do a press fit with the valve seats that are attached to these. So let's see, our first question on this is going to be, what's the diameter of the thing we're going on to? 379, and the original knobs were roughly 1.34. We're going to call them 1.5. That'll take us up to right there, and we'll flute them, or at least that's what we're going to try to do. So 379, and let's see, for thickness we want to go at least 350, maybe a little larger. So let's go on over to the lathe, pull out some 1.5" aluminum, and see what we can do. Okay, so I've got a short piece of 1.5" aluminum here. This one has already had some knurling and turning done on it. We're going to knock that off just to get down to a nice smooth finish. And it's also been drilled at some size. I've got a .379 gauge pin here that doesn't fit in there yet, so we're good right now as far as the actual size. We want to try and come up with that. We're going to have to bore it out, I'm thinking. 3.7, yeah, we can get the 9.6 millimeter to be 3.8. Excuse me, 3.78. So let's give that a try. What did I say it was? And first operation is going to be to just kind of turn this down a little bit. Okay, looks like we didn't quite hit all of it, so we're going to go a little deeper. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here and look at the chart, and pardon me while I handhold. This is my chart, and you'll see that we can get to, let's see, we were going for 3790. We can get to 3780 with a 9.6 millimeter. That would be right here. So go over here to the drawer O drills. Metric, and pull out a 9.6. Is that 9.6? That should be 9.6. All right, so back to the lathe. All right, and just double checking. Yes, it is a 9.6. So let's go ahead and drill that out. We want to go, what do we say, 365 times 2, so 3/4. We'll call it 3/4. Yeah. All right. There's 3/4. Okay. Now let's see. This should not fit yet. No, but it's awfully close. All right, 379. Let's see if we have a small boring bar. Too big. I think I have a boring bar that small. Well, might. Let's see. Let's see. How about, yeah, that little fella. This just happens to be one of the ones out of my boring head that we used last week on the robotics project. So find a holder for it. There we go. Get it in the holder. Get it on center. Way too high. About center there, and let's see if we can bore this out just a tad. Our gauge point fits it. Yes, and it's a pretty good fit. All right. We're going to make one more pass just like we were. Just trying to knock off the rest of what's making it vibrate. Good enough. All right, so before we part these off, we're going to take it over to the super spacer and cut some flutes on it. I'm going to do that with a ball end mill, and we'll see how that turns out. This is purely experimental, so give me a minute to get us over there. Okay, and we're back on the mill. We're going to be centering up on this piece with a new acquisition here, a new tool. It's a center finder, and we just lower it down and run it until it shows centered. That's it. So now we'll lock off Y. I always get my X and Y mixed up. And then take that out and put an end mill in. Ow. It's the thing with these Morse taper collets, they don't release like an R8 collet. You've got to knock them out. All right, and now we'll come down, touch off, lock that. Hopefully you can see around the knobs on the, that's also a new handle on the coil. And then we're going to run Y to, we're going to run X until we're off of it. And we're going to come up, let's say that's a 1/2 inch ball end mill. Let's start with 50 thousandths. We're going to run that around, do 6 flutes and see how it looks. Definitely going to have to be deeper, so we're going to go for another 50. See how it feels as a knob. I think that looks all right. What do you think? Hopefully you can actually see it all. Yep. So let's actually, we need to do 2 separate holes for set screws. So let me get the equipment together to set that up, and we'll be right back. All right, we've centered up the drill bit now. This is a number 7 drill bit, that we're going to drill to make a threaded hole for 1/4 20. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, let's chamfer that while we're here. And next step, thread it. Let's put in a spring point to help us guide in, and we're still not low enough. All right. Okay, that's good. All right, next we have to move over a little ways. And what we need to move over is 3/8 plus the width of our cutoff tool here. So let's see, the cutoff tool is .095. Try that one more time. Yeah, 095. 0.095 plus 0.375 equals 0.47. 470 even. All right. Take that out. Put our drill bit back in. And move over 470 thousandths. There's 200, 400, and 70 thousandths. It should put us right in the middle of the second one. raise the table to actually drill it again. What I wouldn't give besides money for a power feed on Z. Alright, so that's it for there. Next up, I'm going to see if we can clean those up just a little bit, maybe deburr them, and we'll be back. Alright, so what I'm doing here to kind of polish this up is I run it back and forth with a file. You can see it's kind of rounded off the edges. And now we're going to try it with some Scotch-Brite. Got it? That takes care of one way. And I found if you run the lathe in reverse, it takes care of the other edge. Looking good. Alright, time to cut it off. So I put that parting tool. There we go. Yep, that'll be good. So we need the first one to be 3/8. So we're going to take just a block of steel here and run the parting blade right up to it. And then put on the dial indicator so that we can run 375. There's 1, 2, 3, 75. We'll lock the carriage. Double check and make sure that looks, yep, looks good. Alright, let's get it off. Stop while we're here. Follow the back edge. See how that looks. It's nice. All right. Continue to cut off. it's hot. File that in the other direction. Looks good. All right, second verse, same as the first. We should be yeah. One, two, three. Alright, that's it. Now back over to the bench to install them. Okay, started cooling off a little bit. First thing we're going to have to do is get this plastic off of here from the original knob. That's off, good. Let's put the pretty side out. Good, fits nice. These are for my dad. He taught me a lot of what I know, and this is just one small thing I can do for him. Say thank you. So there we go. Good. Boy, I should have faced that side. Okay, sorry for the little glitch there. The camera died on me again. But anyway, here is the finished product. I went ahead and rotated the screws to the back to, you know, just for aesthetics, so that when you're looking at the gauges, you see the pretty side. But they work just fine. They feel nice, and I think he'll enjoy using them. This is an old set with a special plastic tipped valve seat that you can't get anymore. They're a soft touch. You don't have to crank them down real hard. But anyway, that's it. The project's done, and I'll be moving on to the next project soon. Thank you very much for joining me, and hope you comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.